Yo, SojuTalk Nation! On this week's episode, we'll be covering Fuego releases from Sunmi, On and Off, Wonho, and ATEEZ. We'll also be cooking up some spicy news coverage, including Kakao and Spotify Go to War, and Dispatch reports G-Dragon and Jennie. And finally, in State of the Nation, we have a World Cup for Doug's haircut. So turn up the volume because we coming in hot. Hit me with that intro. Hey, what's up everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 128, and we're recording on Monday, March 1st, 2021. We're already like a sixth done with the year. I'm Doug,
Wow.
and joining me today we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
And as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. Announcements. This is our third time recording this intro because I keep messing it up today. Too excited about the sake talk.
Jesus.
But we're now at part one of SojuTalk episode 128, as there are no announcements, where we discuss big new releases, choose a spicy song king, and hit you with them music show winners. Boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, big new releases. We got the maximum 4 this week. Tuesday, on the 23rd, we had Sunmi with Tail. Wednesday, we had On and Off with Beautiful, Beautiful. Friday, we had Wonho with Lose. And then today, March 1st, Monday, we have ATEEZ with Firework, I'm the One. But let's start at the top with Sunmi's Tail. So she is now from Abyss, that they renamed her company to Abyss.
Interesting.
Debuted in 2007 with Wonder Girls, 2013 as a solo artist. Last 3 songs, Bora Pipam, great song. La La Lay and Noir with 16 music show wins so far. What did y'all think of Tail? Kind of a weird English name for it, you know?
Yeah.
I guess it's a direct translation of the Korean title, which is also Tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, I thought that this song was very similar to 24 Hours.
Yes. Full moon too. Like that sound.
I thought it had that
She
kind
had
of
it.
sound.
Her earlier stuff.
It's like a
Yes,
it's like
yes.
a ominous groovy song. I don't know how to describe this song.
Revenge type of song.
Yeah. Extremely suggestive. Like out of all of the Sunmi songs, this is one of the most suggestive ones. I'm okay with that. You know, I ain't judging. I thought the song was fine. My big thing that I liked was the thing that stood out to me was the choreo with the backup dancers.
Ooh, man.
Love the
that was
choreo.
dope.
That's like
Choreo's so
that's like the
interesting.
main selling point of this comeback to me.
Yeah.
The performance level of it, like she's doing interesting things. She's crawling underneath people's legs, a la like Rose from Blackpink at that one scene.
Yes.
Right.
They're almost choking her in the first chorus. They have the crawling scene at the end where there's the girls doing the leg thing and she's crawling forward was bananas.
Wait, that was dope. Yeah.
Visually, that was crazy. You know, I don't think this is my favorite Sunmi song. I do prefer Bora Pipam, but that's not to say I think this was bad by any means. All right, so those were my quick takes on that.
Okay. I don't disagree with you. Although it almost feels very powerful at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I recall reading like a decade or so ago, back when, if you think about K-pop back then, girl groups were all doing sexy concepts.
True.
And I recall reading a feminist perspective article analysis on these comebacks, where they were like, oh, like you can't, from K-pop, it seems like you can't dissociate sexy concepts with like a submissive attitude. And I was like, you know, like whatever. But I feel like this is a complete counter thesis to that, where like she is embracing all that like sexy concept, but at the same time, she is definitely the one in power here. Like it is like so powerful.
Yeah.
It's so strong. And then like going back to the Tail thing, I really like how like it's not in your face with like the references she's making in the lyrics and the theme of the song. It's like, sure, we can all tell it's about a cat or like, you know, like
Yes.
a Korean idiom here and there, but and that's all cool. But like the chorus isn't like I'm a cat, you know, like that would have been a little too annoying. Where like I've noticed a lot of K-pop tracks do that, where they're like, oh, we didn't think you would get the reference, so we made it very obvious.
Yeah.
Here it's like we're gonna make it a little more subtle, but like it's still obvious and like that's still fun, you know, like so that was fun. That was really nice. I don't know. I liked it.
Do you prefer like this more provocative Sunmi style, or do you prefer her synth pop stuff?
I don't think I have a particular preference. I think right now she's being able to pull off both. And I didn't quite make the connection between her earlier stuff and this before you guys mentioned it. But I guess she's just good at both. I don't know. That's the vibe I'm getting here.
It seems like very like those are the two styles primarily that she's trying to do though. Anita, what did you feel about Tail?
Was very similar opinions, I think. For me, like Warren mentioned, I like the kind of subtlety in the visual aspects, but there's a lot of references to the storyline of Catwoman, right? And kind of like the origin story of that character. So I feel like I really like how they did that because it works with the lyrics, the concept, the feeling, the vibe of the song, and it didn't feel like it was too much. So I really like that for the music video. But when I heard the sound, I did feel like it was like a take in her older stuff, like 24 Hours and Full Moon, but it felt like it had a bit of a twist. And I think it has to do with the look that she's portraying in this as well. Because I do feel like the 24 Hours Full Moon was kind of a bit of a more sexy vibe, but it still felt not quite there. Like this feels like a different type of sexy, if that makes sense.
It's like almost dangerous.
Yeah, more risky and
right. It's like a siren, you know. Like
there's like BDSM undertones in this music video. Let's be honest here. Let's just say it.
I thought we're G-rated.
It's true though. No, it's definitely right.
Did not catch that.
I feel like there were.
She's wearing leather.
There's a lot of like the dominance being portrayed too throughout a lot of this. I felt at least.
Interesting.
You know, I was down for this, you know? And the thing is, I always find what's interesting with all of Sunmi's music is that the person Sunmi is off camera when you watch her on Variety versus the person she is on the stage are really different. Sort of like in a Hyuna way.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
she's like kind of derpy and like nerdy off camera.
I always felt like there's like a central voice and like it is like this is kind of difficult to explain, but like I don't know. I felt like there was a bit of cohesiveness.
She also
like two different sides of the coin.
She does. A lot of the time, she also does reference her mental health issues and stuff in her music, right. And I'm pretty sure that's also going on in this one. But let's move on to the second song. On and Off's Beautiful Beautiful. So they are from WM, debuted in 2017. Last three songs were Sukhumvit Swimming, New World, and Why, and they have 0 music show wins so far. All right, here's my take. WM spent all of the Oh My Girl money from last year on this music video. This music video is crazy.
CGI.
There's so much CGI. Okay, when I watched this, I first thought it was a commercial for Cyberpunk.
I see that.
It has the exact same color palette as Cyberpunk going on.
Have you guys seen Seungri? Wait, what's Victory?
I have not.
The new Korean Netflix movie, sci-fi.
Oh,
has Kim Tae-ri in it.
Is the one in space,
I've
right?
seen the trailer. Yeah, the trailer for
Space Sweepers. That's the English name.
Yeah.
Right. That's also kind of this vibe, and I was like, oh shit, you know, like.
So, this is my favorite song of the week. I'll be straight up about that. My most listened to song. There's something like I felt that feels a little bit nostalgic-y in terms of the sound. Like it sounds like an older K-pop song to me, not like one that would come out this year. I really like it. My big problem with this song though is the music video. As cool as it is.
Really?
I thought they had so many interesting shots, whatever. The problem is for me, in the first chorus, they show the group choreo, right? And On and Off, you could really sense they're like, we are trying so hard to make it, you know, like that was I felt the desperation. I felt the drive, like we are going to do as hard, like we're going to hit these moves as hard as we physically can. Right. I thought that was great. After that shot, they almost showed no group choreo throughout the rest, or like even any choreo throughout the rest of the music video.
Yeah. Very minimal.
It was just flexing the cool CGI and the storyline, which I thought was cool. Right. But I felt like you show us this really cool choreo bit. I would love to see a little bit more of that. Musically, though, There's like an a cappella section towards the tail end of this song.
Yes.
I thought that was really cool. I just really like that. I thought it was one of my favorite parts of the whole thing. Let's see. That being said, they had one section where the robots were dancing in their steed.
Yeah.
I felt like you should have just had the dudes there, and that would have satisfied my problem with this music video if they had just done that.
Dude, I frankly thought like the robots are gonna dance, and at the end they're gonna take their helmets off,
and it's gonna be them.
Right. But that didn't happen. So
I felt like they did enough cool CGI that they didn't need to even do that at that point. Like they had already shown us so much cool stuff. But I have a feeling both of you don't like the song as much as I do.
Go first, Anita. Go first.
Well, okay, it's not that I don't like this song, but there's certain parts of it that left me like a little, I guess, wanting something a little bit different. And for me, I think it has to do with the chorus specifically. Yes, that part. I wasn't a huge fan of that repetition. I don't know why. And I also feel like the instrumentation in the verses and the pre-chorus it changes a bit in the chorus. I don't know what it is. I think it might be the percussion where like it sounds like, how'd you say it? It sounds like a real drum in the verses and the pre-chorus, but then when it goes to the chorus, it sounds more synthy or like more poppy. I don't know what it is, but that kind of took me out because I liked the instrumentation in the verses and the pre-chorus, and then when it switched to the chorus, I was
you were liking the more disco-y stuff.
I was
right because you like the nostalgia.
I do.
And then they suddenly were like, all right, we're gonna use 2020 EDM drums here. Goodbye, past. Here we are, future. And you didn't like that. I get that.
I get that as well. Honestly.
I get that.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Okay. Well, I mean, my takeaway from the song was that it felt like, especially with the music video, it felt like the end of a movie.
It does.
Yes.
No?
It does.
It felt like On and Off saved the world.
To be fair, though, On and Off has had like this. They have lore. Like this, like
cinematic universe,
cinematic post-apocalyptic, like futuristic lore going on in a lot of their main title tracks.
Okay, so. Well, I guess that makes sense. That being said, by this song itself, the song alone, I felt like it was a little underwhelming. And I think a part of that is because I speak Korean and I'm hearing certain phrases being thrown around. Which I felt like was a little too generic, and I get the theme that they're going for. Like, life is beautiful. Make the most out of it, and I get that. I totally agree with that. But all of the word choices, the phrase choices, felt a little too much like I've heard this there, I've heard that there. I like familiar sandwiches. Don't get me wrong, sandwiches are great, but I don't want to eat a ham sandwich every day. Like I've had that already a lot. I mean, several times. And that's where I felt like it fell a little flat for me.
I can see that.
Right. And then added, with the rap performance on top of it, it felt a little corny, a little cringy, but at the same time, it was kind of cute, and I was honestly having fun. Right. Yeah. I was honestly having fun. So I didn't hate it or anything. It was, it was fun. I liked it.
All right.
I guess.
I
don't know why you think I hate it. Rude.
I really like On and Off as a group, to be honest. I don't really like Sukhumvit Swimming all that much. I really like the song New World from Road to Kingdom. I remember that I liked that way more than you guys did. Like I remember, I'm still really like I have something with me and their electronic vibe. I really get down with for some reason. I hope they do well.
Yes,
they're one of those groups that are kind of stuck in the mid tier.
Doug, I think you're beautiful.
Awkward. All right, let's move on to song 3. Wonho's Lose. He is from Highline, debuted 2015 with Monsta X, last year as a solo artist. Open Mind and Losing You are his only other 2 songs, with 12 music show wins with Monsta X. Okay. Is he allergic to clothing? Okay. Here's the thing. They have a lot of interesting outfits. A lot of them showing off the body. I get it. If you have that body, I would show it off. I wouldn't be wearing any clothing at any time, right? If I look like that, right?
Same.
Let's be straight up. That being said, I feel like at a certain point you should just double commit and just have him wear no shirt for the whole chorus or something. They teasing too much, fam.
Dude, no, that's what's sexy. You don't reveal everything. You show
At one point
leave
he
the
had
rest up to imagination.
At one point he had like an 80s look going on. There was like a ripped shirt with like the biker hat on.
Yes,
that was an interesting look. Overall though, this is like a dark groove song I wrote. I don't know what that means. I made that up. Wonho has surprised me with his solo abilities. I wasn't completely convinced. I just knew him as the Jack guy from Monsta X, and he doubled down on that. Like, let's be honest. If that guy is not on some vitamins, Jesus Christ, he lives in the gym, right? Like, he's gotten so big. Like, he's a thick lad these days. I heard a specific someone on the server. I asked them if they would be willing to get crushed by his thighs, and they responded, "Of course." Oh my God. What? I asked someone that on the server. I mean, like, if you look at his Instagram, it's crazy. The amount of work this dude puts in the gym is commendable in its own right, regardless of the music. It's nuts.
Does he have very big thighs? Is that what you're
His
telling
thighs
me?
are massive, dude.
Okay. Oh man. Oh man. These are. Oh wow.
Overall,
there's a horse over here.
the one part of the song that I'm not the biggest fan of, the way the vocals are presented in the chorus, it's very light for me. Now, I get that that's what they're trying to do. They're like, oh, I'm cool. Like, it's a chill, like we're chilling with it. But for such a powerful guy, right? And such like a groovy song, I want a little bit more oomph on the vocals in the chorus.
You know what? No, I totally disagree with you.
You totally, that's fine. That's fine.
Perfect.
Is it perfect? Okay.
Okay. Wow, you're so nice today. Oh my goodness. You told me I'm doing mental gymnastics when I was supporting Chungha, so I don't know, man. The way I felt it was a perfect example of less is more for me.
Fair. Okay.
Both in terms of like the vocal direction and the arrangement, where it was very clearly like there's not a lot going on, at some points it's just the bass, like, and it works really well. And then there's like a constant build up. It's not like, how a lot of songs, like, there's like so much emotion in the chorus and there's nothing in the verse, and there's so much in the chorus.
Builds the whole way, more or less.
Right. And that was like super engaging. And I was like, honestly, like, it's like without the music video, it was incredibly sexy. It was very sexy.
Wonho, okay, I'm gonna be honest. Wonho's the only artist I listened to the song without the music video before I watched the music video.
And you probably
straight up, like,
I'll be honest though, I felt like I didn't like the music video though.
Okay.
Yeah. It felt like it was doing too much when the rest of the song is very like, like a lot more relaxed and like, like minimal, like, right, like, and like even during the chorus where it's like doing it's constantly like, cuts, zoom in, zoom out, and I'm like, all right, I would just, like to look at his abs. You don't need
that,
to
like,
move cut,
that like bass pulse is on throughout the entire song, I believe.
Yeah, and it's so good.
It's good. This is a good song. This is way better than Open Mind for me. His title track. I prefer this 100% to that one.
I don't. Okay, to be frank, I don't quite remember Open Mind.
Okay.
But I will say, I think it wasn't such an unfortunate thing that he is a soloist now.
I kind of agree. He's doing his thing.
It's kind of working now.
It's
I mean, I don't know if he'll ever like get like a whole, mainstream appeal. I don't know. But looking at his solo catalog right now, this is good.
It's good. No, it's like good. Honestly, this is like above average stuff at a minimum. Yeah. All right, Anita, what'd you think about Lose?
Well, we kind of touched upon a lot of things, but I think for me, I still prefer Open Mind, to be honest.
Okay.
But I like the fact that he is sticking to this sound.
Yep.
Very, very.
There's a direction. There's a direction.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing that I also wanted to point out was the choreography, because I think I said this about Open Mind as well, but I really like how it suits the song. Mm-hmm. It's not doing too much, just enough so that it complements it really well. And he's a good dancer. I think for Monsta X, we already knew that, but I like how he's switching it up with this style, and it seems very complete. Like the idea, the sound, where they're going, it seems very set. and they're doing it very well. So I'm looking forward to more.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see where he's gonna go with his stuff.
One thing on my wish list with Wonho is, now I do recall the music video for Open Mind, and I feel like Wonho has a lot of like star potential, you know.
I agree.
And I think I would like to see a lot of it without his reliance on abs. And don't get me wrong.
Oh, okay.
Big chocolate guy, you know, I would want to show him off too. But like at the same time, it would be a bigger flex if he's like, yo, I'm still able to do this
the thing
without
is,
my,
you don't want to be the ab guy. Like, okay, being the ab guy is fun. It's great, right? I'm the ab guy, but like, I feel for him as an artist, he probably wants to be like I agree, it would be a bigger flex if he could do it without.
Right. You want to build depth. Sure, I mean, ab guy, you know, of course, everyone loves abs.
Yeah.
But like, you know, there's, you know, I think he has depth in there, you know.
We should treat him more than just abs, you know?
Right.
He's a person.
Of
Don't objectify him.
There you go.
Let's go. Okay. Last song.
Person, not a piece of chocolate.
We have ATEEZ Firework, I'm the One. So they are from KQ, debuted in 2018, last 3 songs, Inception, Answer, Wonderland, 4 music show wins so far. Anita, as the ATEEZ fan, I want to know what you think about Fireworks, I'm the One.
Well, it's a very interesting sound that I was not expecting for this comeback. And a great example of it is how it starts and then where it goes in the chorus, which I was a little confused because the beginning sound I was kind of into. It was more of a trap beat type of beginning, I think. Like kind of, I don't know. It seemed very hip, very chill. And
it's just straight up Travis Scott and trap art Aerosmith K. That's all that is.
Yep, and then up to the chorus, it has like a 2-level chorus is what I want to call it.
There's like 2 anthem levels going on here.
Yeah, and then the second one is the one where it seems like, okay, I didn't think we were going this way. Where it seems like I like to call it like a very FIFA type of sound.
I get exactly what you mean though.
Exactly. Yes.
It's so true. That's really true.
Yeah, so that whole combination is just very interesting. I don't know what to make of it.
No, I agree. Like the energy levels at different parts of this song are like so different that it, like, for me, I don't think that so it goes really chill verse, right? Into aggressive rap pre-chorus, right? Into Anthem 1, into FIFA Time number 2, right? That's like the progression of this song. Yes. And once you go the final 3, so aggressive rap and the 2 anthem sections, energy levels are somewhat similar. Like I can see that happening in that type of song, right? But it's so different than the first bit that it makes the first bit stand out so much to me in not a great way.
It would have been one thing if they had transitioned well, and it felt like it was a little abrupt, and it felt like, especially because they had 2 anthems going on, they didn't have time to build into it and build out of it. Which for me, that was like a bit of a mistake in terms of like the people writing the song. Maybe probably disagree with me, but you know.
Hey, producer guy, how do you feel about the vocal effects / potentially auto tune on the vocals throughout the almost the entirety of the song?
I kind of want more.
More, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like it's you know, they're doing it because it's, you know, trendy. You know, like it sounds good. It sounds suitable and it's nice. But at the same time, it felt like they weren't fully committed to it, which you know what, I get. K-pop. No, they're not 7 Travis Scotts. Are there 7 people in ATEEZ? I don't know.
There's 8, but Mingy's not in this comeback.
Well, I knew that. That's 7. Look, I get it. They're not 7 CKs. They're not 7 Travis Scotts, Jennies, whatever. But at the same time, especially with the chorus being like so like rave trap heavy, it felt like, you know, we're gonna do what we normally do, but you know, pull a lot of references from this other thing, and then you end up with this you know, Frankenstein kind of like, you know, like, oh, you know, they put cream cheese in tiramisu, so I'm gonna put my cream cheese on pudding and hope it tastes good kind of deal. And that doesn't taste good. Have you guys had cream cheese with pudding? It probably tastes bad.
No,
yeah, no. So there you go. That's it. So I don't disagree with you guys, honestly.
Yeah, it's interesting because like in an ideal world, right, you would have had a grade A banger going into Kingdom, right? And you would have popped off and probably been the favorite. Because we'll mention it later in the show. So Stray Kids hit a bit of a roadblock this week because Hyunjin's taking a hiatus right now.
Oh.
And Hyunjin is one of the most popular kids in that group.
Right.
So the door was open for them to have a, like, regardless of the situations that's going on, to have a banger of a song and come in there with a ton of momentum. Like firing on all cylinders. If they had like a song, let's say they won like 7 music shows right before Kingdom starts, right?
Ooh.
That would have been crazy because they would have been by far the favorite to win it then, right? I just feel like with this one, it's like a lot. Like it's like I know ATEEZ is synonymous with anthem-y songs. That's their thing, right? At least like the last 3 songs, at least have a lot of them have been anthem based. It just feels like with this one, it just didn't like hit all the points correctly. I don't know.
I'm starting to wonder if I mean I don't want people to take this the wrong way because these kids, I know they're talented.
Yeah, the
Yes, they
choreo
are.
was
They
really
really
good
are.
too. I love
Right,
the energy
right.
they bring.
But I'm starting to get a little concerned. Is that the only thing that they're capable of, doing anthem-y, ravey
Hey,
things?
they got Wave Hakuna Matata. Sorry. Sorry.
How could I forget? I'm sorry.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like I've listened to a few of their albums, right? Like their B-sides and like aside from the title tracks, and they do have the range, I think.
They do.
And they're really talented. Their performance has been like their strongest point
For sure.
me-
100%.
for a lot of people.
100%.
And I feel like this song doesn't lack in that, to be honest. So I don't think it's really a step back, but it's just very confusing into what direction they're going to go musically. Because the last couple of comebacks have not really been that popular for me.
They're not
at
like
least.
Say My Name level popular songs. Let's.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Call me an old fogey, whatever. They're musicians. Their music needs to be good.
Yeah, I
performance,
wonder what
obviously, right, but
the KQ people are gonna do with them, right? Because like,
Yeah. They're producers. Yeah.
because it seems like we like I know we change up the anthem stuff, but like I think we need like a definitive change at some point, right? Or to at least go in a little bit of a different direction.
I think it's they need to portray similar character, but with like a different approach to music. And
Right,
right now
right.
they
See
haven't
that.
fully done
Who
that.
knows? They might just win Kingdom, and then the hype will be so real that it's undeniable, right?
Yeah, that could
just
happen
might
too.
happen too.
Yeah.
Well, and they're set up to do really well on there because they're performance based as well, and that
Right.
Yeah.
Kingdom and Queendom is always performance based. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. All right, other releases, there was a gajillion of them. Suran released Sunny Day. The boys have been doing this interesting thing with their Japanese releases. It's called Breaking Dawn. It's a Japanese release, but it's like 70% in Korean and a
Right.
little bit of Japanese
Yeah.
towards the end. And if I remember, another one of their Japanese releases was fully in Korean, but it was a Japanese release. I don't know why Cracker's doing that, but they are. WeI released All or Nothing. That's the group with Johan. Imlay released Too Good featuring Chunla from NCT. AT06 released a song called Runway, and you're probably like, who the hell are they? They're a model K-pop group from YGK Plus, the model thing.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
And it's
Okay.
produced by that Hyunbin kid who was on produced.
Oh,
who was the
Hyunbin. Yeah.
yeah, he's going by his stage name now, but he produced that song. So interesting because he's under
Interesting.
YGK Plus, but he's not in the group. So I don't know what's going on there.
Hyunbin.
I think he's going by Vinny or something now. Paul Kim, the Ballad King, released the song called Love Letter. Golden Child released the B-side MV called Breathe. CL released the song called Wish You Were Here. Cheetah released Villain featuring Jamie. And Park Moon-chi and Day6's Young K released the song called What a Wonderful World. What a wonderful word, not world. The big news, though, in terms of stuff in the music industry, Brave Girls Rollin' has been going completely viral over the past week in Korea, right? At the time of this recording, it has reached number 7 on iChart with a number 1 on Bugs Real Time and Daily, as well as number 1 on Genie Real Time, despite the song being released back in 2017.
Wow.
Crazy. The reason for this rise, there's this YouTube video that basically it chops up their most famous stages of rolling, particularly the military stages because they're crazy. And then they also highlight like the funny comments that have been on all of those videos, right, throughout
Yes.
the music, throughout the whole thing. It's so viral. It hit the algorithm really, really hard. It's gaining like millions of views a day right now. That video. I think it's at like almost 4 million views right now.
I think it's been a while since we had like a girl group that is like exclusively targeted to like straight males in Korea for a while. We haven't had that in a while, I'll be honest.
No. People,
And
yeah.
this is that. So
For lack of a better term, people are calling this like a famous dot anthem. Like I don't like that term, but that's what the people in the comments were calling it.
we didn't come up
Interesting.
with the word.
No,
yeah.
that's what people are saying. It has similar. People are comparing the popularity spike sort of to like you remember when EXID's Hani's We Up, Up and Down We Are fan cam went viral, or 2PM's My House got viral because of the hand movement thing, and then Rain's Gang are the other ones that have gone viral recently. This one though, it's popping off, and it's crazy because they're like a really essentially Nugu girl group, and like the basis is like the military bros from 2017, 2018, 2019 love this song. That's the
Wow.
real pop off point.
You know what? I'll be honest. One of my older friends who was in military at this time doesn't know a lot of girl groups. He barely knows Twice, but he knows Brave Girls.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's another like narrative where like all of the older dudes in the military would teach the new guys this song, like specifically this one.
Wow.
And everyone's saying like, yeah, I learned this from my sunbae. I remember he did it in the barracks, like he was doing the dance. Like, yeah, this was like a really viral song in the military, and now it's going mainstream. I hope that one of the music shows invites them for a stage of it this week. I really hope that
Yes,
happens
they
because
That'd be fun.
also, who knows? They need to produce a song within the next month, right? Like
Yes.
they need to, because this is like the most popular they'll probably ever get. All right, Spice King, the segment where the crew decides which new song reigns supreme. So we will evaluate the Soju chart in terms of song quality, spice, and listener fatigue. Songs that place number 1 on the Soju chart will be declared this week's Spice King. Last week, we had the craziness in episode 127, where we had a tie for first place, where Dreamcatcher's Odd Eye picked up its 3rd crown and entered the Hall of Spice, and then Chungha's Bicycle picked up its 1st crown, and Shiny, Don't Call Me, came in 3rd place. New candidates include all the songs we covered this week, including Sunmi's Tale, On and Off's Beautiful Beautiful, Wonho's Lose, and ATEEZ Fireworks, I'm the One. This one was really tough for me again this week.
Really?
Yeah, you go
hard for
first,
me.
Warren, if it wasn't tough for you.
Let's talk about Bicycle by Chungha.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I think I've somehow become synonymous with being a Chungha fan over the last couple weeks.
Bro, you're a
great
Chanatic,
thing.
fam.
Apparently, I'm the big Chungha supporter. I don't know.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm putting it on second.
okay.
Oh, okay.
To be frank, I've been listening to her album a lot. And I think there's a lot of great parts about it, and there's still a couple parts where I'm like, I hope I didn't like this that much. But overall, Bicycle, I think, standing out to be one of the better tracks on the album. And it's still quite enjoyable. And I think that is partially because I'm listening to it in album listens rather than song listens. If I'm having this on constant loop, I think I would have gone crazy by now. That being said, on 3rd, I'm putting Tail by Sunmi.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. It was nice. What can I say? On 1st, I'm putting Lose by Wonho.
Really?
Whoa.
Okay.
It was a very minimal, but very sexy track. You know?
Wow. Unexpected.
Yeah.
I'll go next. All right.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Okay.
3rd place. Chungha with Bicycle. I will put it in
Whoa.
3rd place. You know,
Look at that.
painted spot.
Look at that.
Second and 1st place was a coin toss for me.
Wow. Okay.
I'm thinking about it now. I know what I want to do. 2nd place, On and Off's Beautiful Beautiful. I really like
really?
that song. Yeah, I almost put it in 1st, dude.
Second place.
Right. I thought you were gonna put it on 1st.
No, I'll put it in
Me
second.
too.
I'll put it in 2nd. You guys have some convincing
Okay.
arguments.
Are you putting Wonho's
1st
Lose on
place,
first?
I'm putting Sunmi's Tale in 1st place.
Huh.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that is my Soju chart.
Okay.
What about you, Anita? What are your choices this week?
Well, there was a big spike from one song last week. So first place.
I wonder what it is.
Yeah.
wonder what it is.
It's Chinese. Don't call me. Okay, so the spot changed a lot over the week because I've been looking at a lot of the live performances. the song has grown on me thanks to that. The choreo, very interesting, very complex, I want to say. It's not an easy choreo. And I think Bailey Suck worked on this. So she also choreographed Psycho by Red Velvet. If people are familiar with her.
I love Psycho. Sorry. Sorry. Psycho.
Yeah, so I like her work. I like the choreo. So that song has gone up for me.
Okay.
And second, I would put Sunmi.
Okay.
Also because of choreo. Watched like a practice and a lot of the angles are so interesting. So definitely that one. Third place is where I had a bit of a problem because I had two songs that I was kind of interested in.
Which two?
My previous first place, which was Kang Daniel, Phobia, and Wonho with Lose. So I'm between the two, but I think I've been listening to Loose a little bit more.
I mean, the Wonho song dropped only a couple of days ago. You didn't have time to listen to it.
All right. You know, something interesting happened, guys.
Oh, what
Big
else happened?
split. Man.
Wait, all right. Let me tally this up.
Do we actually have a winner?
Well, there's a definitive winner. The rest of it's a bit of a mess. All right.
Okay.
The winner is going to be Sunmi's Tail because
Yeah,
Warren put
she's
it
in
in
all of the
third.
charts.
I put it in first. Anita put it in second. 6 points. So Sunmi's Tail is going to win, right? That's straight up.
Nice.
The rest of this, okay. So second place, straight up, Wonho's Lose because Warren gave it first. Anita gave it third. 4 points. Boom.
Woo.
The interesting thing comes at third place because Anita was really close to screwing over Shiny with the way she voted. She was close, but she didn't. Because Shiny's Don't Call Me got 3 points, right? And then Chunga's
Right.
Bicycle also got 3 points. But because of first place votes, Shiny's gonna get third place. So the Soju chart for episode 128 officially is Sunmi's Tail in first place. Sunmi's picking up her first crown and is the Spice King this week. Shout out to Sunmi. Second place with 4 points, we have Wonho's Lose. Shout out to the abs. Oh, I don't want to objectify him. Shout out to Wonho. And in third place, we have Shiny's Don't Call Me. Boom.
Woo.
Finally, though, we're at show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
That's right. Well, we have a comeback of BTS's Dynamite once again.
It won
they're-
somehow.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it won again.
Music
dude.
Bank. They're up to 31 music show wins.
Yeah, and that ties the Shin Seung-hoon Invisible Love record from 1992
Yeah.
with 31 wins. They need to win one
God.
more. Someone let them win.
One more time.
One more.
Yes, and then we also had IU with another win with Celebrity on Inkigayo, so a total of 8 wins for this. And then Kang Daniel's Paranoia had another win, 4 wins actually
4 wins.
on the show,
Wow,
Show
wow.
Champion, M Countdown, and Show Music Core. And there was also a special performance of JO1 on M Countdown, so that was really
Wow.
interesting.
That is their
Nice.
first appearance on a Korean music show. So shout out to them.
Yes, it was really good. I saw it.
Welcome to the peninsula.
Interesting
People
stuff.
from the
Yo,
island.
How did Dynamite just pop up and win again? It's crazy.
That's crazy.
And it's not even a small one. They won Music Bank, right? Like they just
Yeah. It's
a big
show up.
one.
I really hope they win one more. I think it'd be interesting.
One more time.
One more word.
IU Celebrity
Shine the
for
light tonight.
like I'm not the biggest fan of that song. 8 wins though. That's just IU power. Let's be honest here. Kang Daniel though, 4 wins is very solid for him.
Quite strong, yeah.
But we're now at the end of part 1 of Soju Talk, episode 128. We'll be back after a short break so I can empty my bladder. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using, and consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
We are back at it with part 2 of Soju Talk, episode 128, where we discuss recent K-pop news and events and give you the state of the nation. My script was looking good yesterday, right? I worked on it when I woke up on Sunday morning. Everything was looking fine.
was.
And then all of a sudden, we had the Kakao and Spotify war began. This is going to go down as one of the single largest events in recent memory for K-pop. I think this is extremely significant, particularly for international fans. But here's what you got to know. On February 28th, yesterday, all songs distributed by Kakao M in Korea were removed from Spotify randomly. This affected hundreds of artists from Korea across all genres, with most of the artists not even being informed of the removal. And you gotta think, Spotify is the primary way that the majority of Western fans stream K-pop music. I would say that's the primary streaming service in the US. Spotify recently launched within Korea in early February without the Kakao M catalog, and it should be noted that Kakao M owns Melon, which is a direct competitor to Spotify in the Korean domestic streaming game. Additionally, Apple Music previously had issues with Kakao M and still does not have rights to the library of their songs within Korea. So this is an ongoing issue between Kakao M and Melon and their music library with other streaming platforms. This is an ongoing issue. Spotify have confirmed that K-pop releases distributed by Kakao M have been removed from the platform, but said that they hope this disruption will be temporary. Quote, "We have been working with Kakao M over the last 1.5 years to renew the global licensing agreement. Despite our best efforts, the existing licensing deal we had with Kakao M has come to an end." What you really got to know is that this distribution thing was completely fine until Spotify launched in Korea, right? Because previously, Spotify had the rights to all the Kakao M stuff globally, so everyone had access to it. It's now that Kakao M's getting a little stingy now that they see potentially people moving from Melon to Spotify.
And just so we're clear, they're both under the same company, right? Kakao M and Melon.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, so Kakao owns Melon. The next thing, Kakao M shared that they have requested a renewal of the overseas contract with Spotify and that they had been discussing the supply of domestic music separately. So what they're saying is Kakao wanted to make two deals, right? One deal for everyone everywhere that's not Korea, and a second deal for Korea specifically. However, current Spotify policies require companies to proceed with domestic and overseas contracts together. So you can only have one contract. That's the crux of this problem. Is that Kakao M is stating we needed to have a new deal, right? You're now in the Korean game. We need to have two contracts because we're gonna lose money if you don't give us two contracts. Spotify policy is to say we only have one contract per company and it's global. So we only are going to negotiate one thing. They probably said a lot of bad things to each other and then they couldn't come to a deal. And that's why all the music got removed. Who's to blame here, right?
Well,
what do you guys think?
Personally, not big on Melon. Not big on what they've been doing. I think I've made it clear how shady they've been. Just think about last week's episode.
right, yeah.
And look, as a company, you want to maximize your profit. That is the whole point of company exists. Whatever, I get it. That being said, demanding they make an exception just for you, so that you still have, big old rights, over your company's music. Well, the company that your company, the music that your company is publishing, and they want to hold that rights exclusively to a couple platforms that they like. I guess none of it's illegal at this point, right? But at the same time, it's kind of poo-poo.
It's a conflict of interest that the distributor and the streaming company are the same person. Yeah, I think it's a conflict of interest right there, on an overall ethical sense. That being said, the artist and the consumer, particularly the consumers outside of Korea, we're just collateral damage in this, right? Like we're the ones getting shot at in the middle of the wasteland that is the battlefield of Kakao versus Spotify, right? Because that's literally what's going on here. Because they're just flexing on each other, but the people who really suffer because of this are, number one, international fans because we don't get the music, and of course the artists because they're losing so many streams and stuff like that.
Without notice either. That's
low key. I deactivated my Spotify Premium until they fix this, because I don't really use Spotify for much anymore anyway. was kind of going to, but like this kind of just like, all right, the majority of the music I listen to is K-pop. If it's not on there, why am I paying like $10 a month for this?
Yeah, I don't know. Spotify is my main source of like listening to music right now.
Same.
Both K-pop and K-hip hop wise and indie wise, lots of stuff missing.
Yeah, it's awkward. Some of the things.
You look at my wall over here of music. About like a third of it is missing right now. You know, Rocket Punch in the middle, not there.
Yeah.
A group like Stacy, who has no other releases than the first release, all of their music's gone. Like, there's no music on Spotify from them.
Their profile's still there. Actually, Rocket Punch's profile's still there. I'm sure they're still there.
So here's what's going on. So as it stands, some of the artists and labels distributed initially by Kakao M are actively connecting with other distribution partners. So people are looking for a way to get their music back on Spotify. So some labels, including P Nation, particularly Jessie and Hyuna's music, and Very Cherry, which is CL's company, have started to self-distribute their own music. And I believe that also Epic High are now distributing under Ours company. I don't know if that's theirs or someone else's. Other groups, including A-Pink and G-Idol, are now going with foreign companies, so Universal Music Group, particularly for them. So people are looking for these avenues to try to get back on Spotify. It's kind of interesting, right? That they're getting out of these contracts so quick and getting put back on Spotify. I don't think Kakao M thought that was going to happen, honestly.
Nah, I mean, given that they had access to Lowen, which owns Melon, which has traditionally been, you know, like the big name in the industry, they were the original big daddies, if you will. And then these children are rioting against the big daddy. You know, Mr. Big didn't expect that.
So here's some context though. So these are the percentages of the distributors of the top 400 songs on Gaon last year in 2020, right? Songs distributed by Kakao M make up 37.5%.
That's a whole third.
Followed by about 16% from Dream Us, which is the collaboration between Big Hit, JYP, and SM, which is then followed by 15% from Genie and Stone, so CJ and M. Then 8% from Universal Music, 8% from Sony, and then around 11% from other distributors, including YG Plus in there.
Luminant.
It's significant. Like 37% of the top 400 songs are just gone. That's crazy that's a thing.
I mean, what's really suffering is like a lot of the smaller companies, smaller artists, indie people, who do a lot of like, obviously they're not the most noticeable people, but I think they really drive the industry forward in terms of like creating trends and like seeing where things go. And that is completely, you know, being thrown under the bus. It's just like 2011 all over again.
Also, like Spotify recommended is a way people find a lot of these smaller Korean artists for sure.
Yeah.
It sucks for everyone. It just sucks, and we're literally just watching two companies like have a go-to measuring contest, and we're the ones who suffer because of it.
Yeah. I personally, given this might be my personal bias, I'm pointing my fingers towards Melon here, and Kakao M. Look, dude, like stop trying to pull out, like an exclusivity kind of, deal with music publishing to your own streaming platform. That's a conflict of interest, like you mentioned, Doug. It's
not a good look, I don't think. It's just...
You just stopped at the word "it's." You said "it's," then you stopped talking.
I had a lot of swear words. I didn't want to say it. So,
all right. Let's move on to what was supposed to be the lead story. Dispatch reports G-Dragon x Jennie. Okay. On February 24th last week, Dispatch reported that G-Dragon and Blackpink's Jennie have been in a relationship for over a year.
Over a year?
In their report, Dispatch shared that G-Dragon and Jennie meet frequently at G-Dragon's penthouse, where he has a personal parking lot and a private elevator to his house.
Wow.
Jennie reportedly visits G-Dragon on an almost daily basis once her schedules are over. Dispatch also stated that G-Dragon and Jennie's relationship is a widely known secret at YG Entertainment and that both their managers have driven Jennie to and from his house frequently. A source close to the two artists stated, quote, "Quite a lot of people at YG have noticed their relationship," adding, Quote, Jennie's mother is also aware of her relationship with G-Dragon. She's thankful that he takes special care of her. End quote.
Oh.
In response to the report, YG commented, I love this comment, quote, we cannot confirm anything about our artists' personal lives. We ask for your understanding. So they're saying like, buzz off, who cares? Like, that's what they're basically saying.
That's very hip hop. That's just, man, look at that attitude. Badass.
I'm happy for them. I like this.
Same.
I saw a lot of people are saying, is Jennie like the protagonist in some kind of like story where she dates Kai and then dates G-Dragon? Like, is she in a harem? Is she in a harem anime?
No.
And then the final like GD and Kai just shows up and they fight it out. and then Jennie's mom pops up and she's like, I like this guy.
Overall, though, you know, like I'm happy that like this is big. Obviously, two S tier celebrities.
Yes.
The whole thing about this is I'm just sitting like, you know, G-Dragon's dating. Where's the music from him? You know,
Still waiting for that.
still waiting for that.
Is there gonna be a what's the song? Aku XX? That
Yeah.
XX? Is there gonna be a that
another
XX
collab?
too?
You know,
happened?
I wish them the best of luck. You know, I kind of like this couple. It's like it's an interesting match. I would never have predicted this one, to be
Same.
honest.
Yeah.
Neither have I.
It's a YG power couple.
I thought
like
like Jennie Songmino would have been more likely than Jennie G-Dragon.
I can't imagine those two together for some reason.
All right,
It's because I watch Mino in variety shows and he's a little goofball.
he's a bit of a dirt. But quick takes. Big Hit announced that they recorded its best annual performance ever in 2020 amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Overall revenue was about 800 billion Korean won, which was about 717 million USD, an increase of 35.6% over 2019.
My goodness.
Big Hit label artists sold 13.2 million albums in 2020, an increase of 196%.
You know, I kind of disagree with the title. I don't think it's amid COVID 2019 pandemic. I think they did a good job of using it to their advantage.
They should say in spite of COVID-19 pandemic. But the other thing out of Big Hit was that on February 25th, Supertone CEO Lee announced that Big Hit Entertainment has invested 4 billion won, which is about $3.6 million into the company. Supertone is an artificial intelligence audio company that provides world-renowned voice synthesis and real-time voice enhancement technology. There were a couple pilot shows in Korea and also at one of the Big Hit concerts where they're like spoofing people who had passed away's voices.
Oh.
That's this company. That's who they're investing in.
Well, okay, that's
You heard
kind of
about
dope.
those, right, Warren?
I've
Right?
seen those. No. They
Yeah.
did Turtle from that one group that did Airplane and
That
then
rapping group. No, yeah, I saw that episode actually.
Right. And then I saw the other one too, and it was the video was a little awkward, but the audio was dope.
Yeah, so this company more or less, I don't know if that's the only thing they do, but they've been notable so far because there's artists who have passed away and they've basically redone their voices to sing other songs and things like that. It's kind of crazy that this is even a thing. And if Big Hit's investing, it means they definitely see a lot of potential there. Finally, in terms of the Big Hit BTS sphere, German radio station Bayern 3 and DJ Matthias Matuschik have both issued new apologies for their racist remarks they made about BTS on air. This one blew up. It was on even the major US channels. Earlier in the week, the DJ made disparaging and racist comments about BTS during a live radio broadcast on Bayern 3, referring to their recent cover of Coldplay's Fix You as blasphemy.
What?
The DJ described BTS as some crappy virus that hopefully there will be a vaccine for soon as well. He also added that to atone for the cover, the group will, quote, be vacationing in North Korea for the next 20 years.
Wow.
Oh man, That's
Dang.
bad. I mean, I don't know. You know, it's one thing to dislike a person, and then another to like blatantly poo-poo in civil manner. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
this 2021, man.
This is such a yikes, right? Like,
Yikes everywhere.
Yikes.
So many ways.
So next, SM Entertainment confirmed EXO's Chanyeol will be making his military enlistment on March 29th. Earlier in the week, he addressed his fans through a letter for the first time in 4 months since that ex-girlfriend controversy thing that came out a while ago. So
Yeah,
he's
that was
basically
him.
like, I'm back. Military time, though.
So he's
In
not
terms-
actually back.
Nah, in terms of this, I think he's going to be in a movie, though. Something like that. In terms of these school violence / bullying accusations, these are the idols where rumors came out about them this week. So it's Everglow's Aisha, ITZY's Leah, Hyuna, and then the April members plus Card's Somin, because she used to be in April. And all of these were brought up by people close to former member Hyunju. So this group was bullying a former member of their group. Is that scandal? There were also company / personal statements or updates for Luna's Chu, Monster X's Kihyun, and Stray Kids Hyunjin and Monster X's Mingyu. Both of those two guys will be
17
suspending activities for the time being. So Hyunjin from Stray Kids and 17's Mingyu, there were statements, some apologies, and they'll be suspending activities for the time being. You could look up the details about any of these online. There's a lot, and a lot of things are not confirmed about many of these stories at the moment. Little bit of oofs though. Yeah, so everyone at home, be a nice person. Don't bully
Please.
anyone.
Yes.
There's no reason
Yeah.
to. Finally, announce comebacks. Everyone and their mother wants to debut a group on March 15th. But before we get there,
Is now the time.
Yukika has a pre-release on March 2nd.
Oh,
Yukika.
Wavy, March 10th. Rose, we have an official date.
Oh.
March 12th. Rose,
That's so
it's
soon.
happening.
11 days.
Pentagon, March 15th. Woods, March 15th. Purple Kiss, a debut from RBW, March 15th. Cyper, the debut from Rain Company, so Rain's group, March 15th. Omega X, a debut from a Nugu company called Spire Entertainment, March 15th. Super Junior, March 16th. Jesse, March 17th. Weekly, March 17th. A-Pink, 10th anniversary song, April 19th. And then day 6 in April.
Wow, look at that list. I Omega X sounds like a supplementary pill.
Omega X, okay, like a
Take
fat.
that, Omega X.
It sounds like a fat burning pill that actually doesn't work, right? Like, 3
Dr.
debuts
Data.
in one day, though.
it's crazy.
I don't
So
know why
many
you would
people.
do that.
Why not wait till like the 21st?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know what all these maybe some of these will move, but we're at State of the Nation. So we're going to be doing a weird World Cup after we go through Sake Talk. So it's a little preview. We're going to be choosing a hairstyle for Doug, which is me.
Ooh.
I prepared a lot of visual supplements for that portion of the show. I highly suggest you watch on YouTube because otherwise you'll have to use your imagination. It's not
You
that
miss
fun.
the experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
But before we get to there, a little
You've
bit
been
of
watching.
Sake Talk.
Yeah. You've been watching.
I've finished 4 things this week.
Oh wow.
I watched like the rest of Nichijou. I watched season 2 of One Punch Man.
Oh, okay.
I've been binging Violet Evergarden the past 24 hours. And then I watched the movie Your Name.
Wow.
Yeah, yes.
I'll give some quick reviews. Nichijou, really funny. It's definitely like a comedy slice of life. There's like essentially very little plot in the first half. It got me to realize I do recognize how great this is. It's really good. At the same time, for me, I like story-driven stuff. I also like a little bit of shonen, so
The action.
Not completely up my alley. That being said, my favorite character, Nano, has a story arc in the second half. She's the cute little robot girl. It was great. Number 2, One Punch Man season 2. What a big letdown that was.
Oh no.
That was some hot poo poo ass.
Oh,
Wow.
no, not again.
You come into the problem where the show is literally called One Punch Man, so you know what the outcome of every fight is going to be, and there's just so many ways you can write that,
Right.
And the season 2, he makes like very little appearance. They're focusing on a lot of other people. It's just not that good though. I know they switched the studio and stuff. It's just not that good. Finally, the 2 things that I thought were amazing, like Violet Evergarden, Your Name, are both 9 to 10 out of 10s for me. They're either 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10s, both of
Wow.
them.
Wow.
I cried more in the last week than I think I've cried in the past 5 years combined. When I watched those
Oh my
2
god.
A lot of tears.
Your Name, great movie. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I highly suggest you watch that. It's a quick
Very
2
beautiful.
hours, really short. It's on Netflix. Amazing, beautiful, great
Yes.
soundtrack, amazing story. Hits you right in the feels. Watch that one. I'll probably watch that with my family.
Stan Radwimps.
Yes.
Violet Evergarden. Oh my goodness. Someone was cutting onions in my bedroom. I feel like I got dehydrated from the lack of tears in my body at a certain point. It is so sad. The whole thing. So it deals with this essentially like a robot girl. They call her a doll though. She's dealing with PTSD. She has no hands. Like it's
So sad.
she's trying to figure out what the word "I love you" means. It's so sad.
Have you seen the? There's 2 seasons and a movie, I believe. Is that correct?
No. There's one season that came out. There's an OVA, which just is like a special episode.
Right.
Then there's 2 movies, right?
2 movies. Okay, that's how it works.
And then they have a planned season 2, but it's not officially announced. But people are pretty sure it's coming in the next year or so.
Wow.
I watched the season 1. I binged it overnight. I watched the whole thing almost straight.
God.
I think I watched 10 of the episodes and last night, and then 3 of them this morning. So I just did it up.
So you did it in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, it's
Literally.
that good. It's so good. I watched the OVA as well. I'm going to be watching the first movie tonight, and then the second
okay.
movie. There's only cam rips. I'm gonna hold off on that for the time.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you deserve better than cameras, Doug. One thing
being
I'm
said-
noticing. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what do you say?
No. Go ahead.
That being said, who would have thought I would have liked the feels stuff, right? Like the
You're
serious.
really into it, yeah.
Yeah. We
cried
were talking
so-
about this briefly before we began, but like I feel like a lot of Japanese media, like whether that be anime or like whatever else, they have a way of like portraying like so much like sad emotion and,
Like despair.
so much depth. Right. And they really I don't know what it is with these people. They just put their characters in the most despairing situations possible.
Oh my god. Okay, so Violet Evergarden, this isn't even a spoiler. It revolves around her becoming someone who writes letters for other people. So she learns one of the main things is she has to learn how to convey human emotions because she's essentially a robot. You got to think if people are paying to get their like letters written, the content in those letters has to be extremely deep, right? So these letters, like, oh my god, it's ridiculous. Like
Emotional.
episode 10 in particular, for people who want to watch this, is the saddest crap I've seen in a while. It is ridiculously sad.
Boy.
I was in an Italian restaurant because we were cutting up onions everywhere for the entirety of that one. After it ended, I think I cried for 5 minutes, dude.
Oh no.
Oh man.
I was silent weeping like, for like 5 minutes, dude. That being said, amazing. Highly suggest you watch both of them. Probably watch Your Name first because it's shorter, then get into Violet Evergarden. But you are warned that you will probably cry. That's
Your Name was incredibly popular. Did a lot of sales.
Yes,
I think
yes.
it's amazing. It's amazing.
it's the second most high selling anime movie.
Yeah,
Currently, yeah.
before Demon Slayer Mugen Train, it was number 1 for a couple years.
Right.
Yep.
And we're talking about including all the Ghibli movies, so like that's a big deal, I think. So
Overall, though, what's the next one I'm watching? How do I pronounce this?
Monogatari.
Yep, that's the next thing I'm watching. Warren suggested, so we are going to watch that.
It's not a sad emotional thing, but it's fun. Lots of letters on the screen that you don't need to read, but
Overall, I'm enjoying this anime stuff. Who would have
Nice.
yeah, I'm
I-
glad you're
it's-
having fun, man.
It's cured my depression a little, even though I cried the last couple of days. At least my sadness is directed. You know what I mean? I feel like it's been helping my mental health, honestly.
That's good.
What else? What have you guys been doing before we get to haircut time?
That was a little random.
I mean,
I got something.
yeah. See,
Okay.
there you go.
I've been listening to Shiny's 7th studio album.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man,
Yes.
Anita.
So I feel like if people have listened to the review of Don't Call Me, I was kind of lukewarm about it. I still am not 100% into it. It's not my favorite track on the album for sure, but there's a lot of really good ones. And I think one of my top tracks is actually a B-side that they're promoting alongside Don't Call Me, which is called Heart Attack. And it's really good. It's really groovy and funky, the bass and the guitars. I really like it. I kind of wish that would have been the title track, but I understand why they did Don't Call Me. But definitely check out the rest of the songs on the album. They're very good. Also like another song called Kiss Kiss. The groovy disco sound is very prominent in a lot of the songs. So if you like that, check it out.
Since you brought it up, Doug, there was it's kind of award show season again. I don't know if you guys knew this.
Yes, there was a big award show. Yep.
There was a show called Korean Music Awards. And this is less about popularity and more about how the influence that artists or music has on the industry, or like how well made the music is, that kind of deal. I'm not going to go through the entire list because most of it is like indie artists that you guys probably aren't super into, but you can check it out online. There's articles on Sunmi and all K-pop. But BTS Dynamite, overall song of the year.
Expected, yes.
Right. It's obviously very game changing in terms of like how K-pop is perceived in the Western audience. I think that was a no brainer.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Swervy winning with Mama Lisa for best rap and hip hop song. Did you see that coming?
I don't think I saw it coming, but at the same time, the lineup there was like any of these could win. A lot of straight, very well made songs. Don't quite remember off the top of my head what there was besides Mama Lisa and a Mush Venom track, but lots of fun stuff. In terms of pop though,
Baekhyun, Jesus,
every letter I
in a
sent you.
row.
I know, guys. I'm telling you, Baekhyun does like just
She's
very well made pop
critically
stuff.
acclaimed.
Yeah,
in Korea, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
One more person I kind of want to go over is Linalchi. I don't think we've ever covered them on the
They
show.
are the Daesang winner this year, Musician of the Year.
They won Musician of the Year as well as Modern Rock Track of the Year, and somehow Jazz Crossover of the Year.
Oh wow!
With their album, and they are basically crossing over traditional Korean music, of telling stories. Remember when the three of us and a couple more people in the club went to this pansori thing?
Pansori, yeah.
Yeah, and you guys were like, "Oh, that's funny, bird!" That thing.
They do things like that.
They do things like that, but with a very like.
All right,
trendy
let's
jazz
get real
thing.
here. Let's talk about that story. We got invited to Eastern Michigan University by the drumming club there to go watch one of their shows. They had some people doing some very traditional things. One of them is pansori, which is essentially like Korean folk singing. But it's more like storytelling is the way I'll describe it. They had this this lovely lady there. She did her thing. It was great. But then she started making these animal noises in the middle of it.
Birds.
I don't know why. But all of the not super Korean people, it was like the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like no disrespect, right? But like I made eye contact. Like one of our bros, his name starts with a J. You know who he is? From Chicago.
Yeah,
the guy with J. He was sitting next to me. We made eye contact at one point. I almost lost my shit there, dude. Like he at one point had the pamphlet that we got up to his face like this, laughing, dude.
Dude, you know what was the most awkward part?
What?
You know who was sitting in between y'all?
Who?
Me.
Oh,
And like stereo, people are like, and I'm like, what's going on? Like people laughing about left and right. I'm just like, guys, chill out.
but here's the thing. I don't think it was actually funny, but I had just never, and it was just so unexpected.
It was
It was unexpected.
It was new.
Anita, you agree? It was like out of left field that happened, right?
I mean, I've never seen that type of performance. Like I think I saw somebody do pansori before, but not
like that.
Like that. So it's like, oh, this is interesting. But I could definitely see how some people were like, what's going on here?
Yeah, like I feel bad about it, but like it was so funny. Also, who would have thought that Deep Flow has a Musician of the Year grand prize?
Yeah, dude, he's done a lot. Don't why you're surprised.
I don't know.
Real quickly before we move on, there are like three more things I want to mention. Okay, sorry, Linalchi, they had a great year last year. You should check them out.
Them out, yeah.
And you'll be very surprised. On a very similar note, there's an artist called Chudahe Charges. I've sent it to two of y'all. It's a very psychedelic funky crossover with traditional Korean music kind of deal. It's incredibly unique. I think it's game changing. Y'all should check it out. As one other person I want to mention is Meaningful Stone Kim, or Kim Meaningful Stone, or Kim Tutor. KME in particular is a big fan of hers on the Discord. She had a very relaxing bossa nova album, and a very bossa nova is a part of it, indie rock, but it's relaxing and also very aggressive. So there you go. Let's get to the World Cup.
All right, let's take a quick break because I forgot to set it up during the break.
Oh, no.
3, 2, 1. All right, Warren. Explain why we decided to do this, because I did not suggest this.
No, I suggested it, and let's go back into our friendship, Doug. Very early on, when I first met you, you still had the same hairstyle, and that was like almost like 6 years ago at this point.
It's an intervention.
No, I know.
It feels like it.
Not an
It feels like
intervention.
it.
No. Like 4 or 5 years ago, I was like, dude, you should change it up. Like, it feels good sometimes when you get a new fresh cut instead of the same old cut.
All right.
And you refused. You mentioned once that you want to get gray hair, but like that you didn't. So what you gonna do, right?
Let me give some context. I cut my own hair, right? I've saved so much money doing that over my life. That being said, I'm not a great hair cutter, so we're very limited, right, in what we could do. And the other problem is, I don't know if it's called cowlicks in every single language, but I have a lot of cowlicks, which essentially means like swirls in your hair. Like, I got more cowlicks than a dairy farm, fam. I have so many weird things. Like, this sideburns weird. The swirl at the top is weird. This one right here comes down.
Excuses.
That being said, hair's an interesting thing. My dad's hair is so thick, his nickname growing up was Steel Wool. Dude.
Oh, wow.
or like Brillo pad. His hair is the thickest thing ever, dude. He can do like full spike with no gel. It's that like thick.
Oh wow.
It's crazy.
That would be really beneficial for some of the hairstyles in my list.
All right. You want to get into the list? Let's get into the list.
Let's pick your new hairstyle, Doug.
New hairstyle for me.
New hairstyle.
All right. What do we got?
Let's kick it off. Round 1.
Oh my god, these pictures.
Lily Doug Chu and
oh my
Doug
god.
Minho instead of Sung Minho. So Lily Pichu is a Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
She's known for her pink hair, and I was like, it might suit Doug, and to be honest, along with the glasses, I think it's a nice change of image.
You know what the thing is? It's not terrible.
I know. I know, right?
I feel like I could do that. Wear a man ponytail or a regular ponytail. I always call it a man ponytail. It looked kind of interesting. I look like an anime. I'd look like Tanjiro from Demon Slayer if I had that color hair. Honestly, the Doug Mino, that is completely possible. That one.
I would go for that one.
That is honestly possible. I grow this hair out a little more. Put the gel that way with a blow dryer, right? Bleach my hair. That one's completely possible.
I agree, but at the same time, I feel like it's not far off from what you already are. So I want you to
honestly,
go on an adventure.
If I just bleached my hair, I could probably make that hairstyle right now.
Yeah. I vote Doug Mino.
It's kind of boring. You should try out new things. That's what it's all about, Don't you want to be a famous Twitch streamer, Doug?
How ridiculous are the rest of these choices, Warren?
These are some of the most normal ones.
Oh my god, dude.
What? No, they're all normal. I don't know what we're talking about.
All right.
But you know what? I think at the end of the day, it's a new hairstyle for Doug. So we'll give you input, but I think you should have the final say, Doug.
All right. Let's say I get to override 2 choices throughout this whole thing. Okay?
Okay.
I will use one of them now to pick Doug Mino.
Hey.
I feel like I can actually wear that. The rest of these, whatever happens.
All right. Round 2. International Student Doug and Super Saiyan Doug. Now,
bro,
for context,
I would hate if I look like that on the left.
On the left, that's like a very trendy hairstyle among.
It's like your hair's right cut, now. Dude.
Yeah, I kind of have it.
Literally
right
your
now,
haircut.
Yeah. I've been liking it on me. Like.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you wake up and is your hair like all over the place? Because it's really long, your hair, right? At that point.
Yeah.
It's just all over the place, right?
Is it? What do you mean? I mean, like I comb it,
So my question is, as someone who
Yes.
doesn't have that haircut,
right?
how do you get that haircut? Do I let the top just grow out and then do the sides a little fade, like trim them a little? How do I get to that?
I like my sides are a little short, right? And like
So
my
the stuff under, right? The stuff
right,
under.
right. It's
okay.
like a two block cut, you know, like a
Okay.
bit of a fade, if you will. And then like my bangs are like actually quite long. But I have like very wavy hair.
Mm-hmm.
So like it does that. That being said, it
This
doesn't
is
need
literally
to
your
be-
haircut. It's literally your haircut. You know, Super Saiyan though, I could be Goku.
Right. See, that's
Right.
the thing. Now again, I want to emphasize we're trying to change your style up a little
You
bit.
know the thing is, I don't want to look like an international student. Like
That's
really
I
don't.
know. I here's the thing. I think the hairstyle looks very nice on you. I'm not gonna lie, but no one's gonna notice that you've changed.
Do you
if you
think?
go Super Saiyan, yeah.
Would you rather me maintain this haircut or do? Okay, before I met you guys, I had like a. I used to do mohawks back in the
Yeah,
day.
I saw photos of you. Yeah.
And when it was like actually faux hawk, not like at one point it was like my faux hawk in high school was so tall during graduation that they photoshopped it shorter.
Oh, white.
Straight
what?
up. They stripped it
Why?
with Photoshop like an inch. Like
Oh, geez.
straight up. It was really long at one point, and I used to use like liquid cement. No, actually not liquid cement like the Gorilla Glue lady on the internet, but I had like hair gel cement type stuff.
right,
that was
right,
crazy.
right.
I've been debating just going back to like a straight faux hawk. No one's doing it right now.
Dude. You know what the trend is in fashion?
What?
It's retro. Dude.
That's like the mullet.
Right. So
I'm not a fan.
if you go full Super Saiyan, dude, like that is
Honestly,
like, the ultimate fall.
I'd rather be a Super Saiyan than an international student.
There you go. I
Dang.
like that choice.
Yeah, let's go with that. Super Saiyan. Let's go.
All right, round
What
three.
do we got next? Oh my
I class
god!
dog and short hair dog.
Oh
Wow,
my
very
God.
similar.
Very
to-
similar.
And for if you're listening to audio, just to be very clear, by Ito and Class Dog, I don't mean Kim Pak Seroy or the
No.
male lead. I'm talking about the female lead.
Joey Saw,
Right, Choi Seo.
which is my favorite character in that whole drama.
I know. Do you like her hair too? Because I think looks kind of nice on you, dude.
I like the
think-
coloring. I don't know if I like the cut.
Ombre.
I'm looking kind of cute, you know? Sorry. All right, it's like here's the thing. Right side, basic bitch, you know? Real basic, right? Left side though, we got some personality.
That's
right?
kind of badass, yeah.
I feel like between these two, you got to choose the more spicy one, right?
Imagine
Which
wearing
one?
that.
Which
Imagine
one?
having that hairstyle with like a leather jacket. You know, like
That's literally what she wears in this entire drama, dude.
that's what I'm saying. You know.
All right, we pick an ET1 class.
There we
Let's
go. All right, round 4. Binging with
Come on.
Doggish and waifu dog, which is Saber.
I can't believe you did this, dude.
I don't know. This one's kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie.
I like
Okay.
Saber.
I had debated at a
Yeah?
certain point because I was just so bored with my hair just buzzing it, like Gunde buzz. I had debated doing that because I was just like, it's less upkeep. I think I have a nice head shape. That being said, Artoria Pendragon, dude, Saber herself, King Arthur. I can't pull that off. Let's be really. I'm not cool
Oh,
enough.
I think you look kind of
Blonde.
nice.
Yeah, just go blonde.
Yeah. No, you have to tie it up like that too and wear that.
I gotta do like the croissant bun thing in the back too, bro.
Oh.
I will be honest. It'll be a lot of effort doing that every morning. However, I think that really grows discipline. So it's a good thing, you know?
Here's the thing.
You're putting more effort into loving yourself.
I'm clean shaven the majority of the time, right?
Yeah.
That being said, you know how like Asians we don't develop facial hair till we're like old. I'm like almost 30. I think I could pull off facial hair now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I have enough stubble now in
Oh,
the
man.
correct places where it's possible.
I have about 12 stubbles, individual.
Bro, I might still some places are still a little patchy, but I think I could grow some facial hair. That's why like I'm honestly leaning towards like binging with Dougish. 'Cause, like
I will be honest. The moles on the bald head, kind of sexy.
Anita, which one do you like?
Well, I kind of liked the blonde look with the saber
Okay.
thing, but the bun and the
Hey,
side
man bun, you know?
man bun. That's not too bad.
Yeah. No, you gotta do the ribbon too. You know, it's not in the photo, but like,
You know what? The waifu pull is too hard. We're going with waifu Doug. Yes.
there we go.
Let's see what we got next.
Round 5,
DY.
DY or Doug Y, BY, and then Japanese gangster Doug. With
You know the
jet
thing
cut.
is, I could honestly see myself doing the one on the right. Wait, what? Like I feel like I could pull that off. Do I
Are
have
you
to-
talking about BY or the Japanese
I
gangster?
think the Japanese gangster would be funny. I think it'd be funny if I did that. So if I do DY, I've always wondered like what hair products is BY using to get to there? I've always been interested in that.
So he actually perms his hair
Oh,
so that it sticks to his head.
That makes sense.
What?
So it's
Right,
more
right.
than just a buzz cut. Right?
Yeah. He gets he actually has about the amount of hair you have, with like a very short side, and then he perms it down so it's like staying flat to your head.
Interesting.
Yeah. That being said, one thing that I should point out while I was preparing the photos through Photoshop, a lot of these other photos I had to kind of manipulate how your head is shaped to kind of achieve the visual look. I didn't have to for this one.
oh,
Yeah. So
I would just look like that.
I think that kind of says something. That being said, I'm not sure if it's a pro or a con to look like a thumb. But
it doesn't look like a thumb.
He does look like a thumb, Anita. Let's be real here.
Not really.
No, he does. He does.
now that being said, realistically speaking, I think it's a nice change. I think it's a nice change up from what you have right now, and it's still making a statement. Like Japanese
UI?
gangster Doug, dude, you gotta work. How are you gonna work with that?
looks
People are gonna walk in, they're gonna
heavy.
see you, and they're gonna be like, you know what? I'm out of here.
My parents are the boss. It doesn't matter. I don't think they'll fire me for having a Japanese gangster haircut. My dad might think it's cool, if anything, because he's interesting like that.
It looks complex.
That does look complex.
It's a lot of effort. To
Wait, you
maintain.
actually think I could pull off DY?
Are we breaking the fourth wall here? What's going on?
No, I'm asking you. Like, do you actually think I could pull that off? The one on the left.
Okay, I'll be honest. That was obviously one of the ones that was supposed to be funny, and then I made it, and I was
I'm
like,
actually considering it. That's the problem.
Not that bad. It's not that bad.
It's
I mean,
not that
like,
bad.
yeah, like, okay, I made the joke about the thumb earlier, but like, no, it's
Neka
actually
didn't watch
kinda
you
nice.
under the level. Yak yak yak. Right? That I feel like I could do
Yeah, look
that.
at you. You're basically a rap god already.
All right, real talk though. I feel like the right one would be more fun. Honestly.
Look at those earrings.
Yeah.
Ooh, multiple earrings.
Anita, which one do you like, Anita?
I feel like feasible, actually feasible is DY.
I honestly feel like it's easier for me to do the right one because I
Oh,
don't have
really?
to get a perm then.
Oh,
No,
I
dude,
guess,
that's like a lot of
yeah.
effort every day. Like, that's a lot of hairspray. Just putting
It's
that out
fine.
there. Okay. This is both incredibly difficult.
I
for
can't
your
pick.
hair.
Warm pick.
Oh man, I personally like DY. It's one of my favorites on the list.
All right.
Right, round 6. Ice cream, chillin', ice cream,
Oh.
Douglas.
Oh
from
my
Jennie,
god.
And
Oh my
Sand Dogra Park.
Oh my
from
god.
Fire.
Dude. I can't believe you made these. Oh my god. Why do I feel like people are gonna make
Ponytail.
emojis of all of these on our server? Why do I feel like this is gonna be a thing now?
I mean, if you don't want to, we can cut this entire segment out and have
it's
just have
fine.
fun.
It's fine.
Pink hair though. That's a good
Man,
one.
these are some of my personal favorites. I'm not gonna lie.
Here's the thing: they're like equally as bad as each other. I
Or
think.
good. Yeah.
Honestly, the right one is just too ridiculous. Like I feel
I
like
think
the
it's
left.
painful. It could
Right,
be
yeah.
painful.
Right. I heard I saw one of those clips where she was talking in an interview, and like apparently she used to take like painkillers to maintain that
no.
amount of like hair pulling
no.
uppage.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't want you to go through that, though.
You know,
that's why you should get
ice
the pink wig.
cream. Let's choose ice cream. Yes. All right.
Round 7, Tekken Doug
Doug, oh
with
my
his
god.
Heihachi hairstyle
Heihachi.
and D Dragon, aka G Dragon.
Bro, what the-
I added the this fantastic baby era.
all right, look at this
Oh,
Tekken
yeah.
one. If we gelled the sides down, I just have silver hair.
Yeah, but
Silver hair. Just
But
go
the middle
silver
is
hair.
empty.
It looks kind of cool though.
I'll be honest. The con is you look about 60 years older, but it looks dope. It looks dope.
Plus that mustache though, that's kind of sexy. You know? Damn. D-Dragon though, like that's a statement, right? Even let's say we don't put on the eyeliner or whatever. Imagine you just see someone with that hair out in public.
You get noticed, yeah.
I think people will trip over your hair. And I think that's a really good thing, you know?
These are like these both suck ass, dude. Straight up. Left one is bald guy who's clinging on to his hair, right? Basically what that is. Right side is someone who like a joke got played out too far. Like they should have stopped at a certain point. Here's the thing. The one on the right, D-Dragon, at least people know I'm making a statement. Left side, they just might think I'm crazy.
If I think about which is more publicly recognizable, I would probably pick G-Dragon, you know?
Yeah, at least people would know what I'm doing, I think.
Right. All right, round 8. Default dog and barcode dog.
Oh my
that barcode hairstyle, by the way, it's a real hairstyle from a real Japanese politician.
I've seen it.
Oh, wow.
It's horrific.
No, it's great. I don't know what you're talking about. People will never lose you. They just scan your head and boom, you get a link that says this is.
You know what?
Yeah.
For the sake of this, let's not choose my base haircut.
Oh.
I'm so proud of you.
Let's not choose the base haircut.
Thank
just
you.
Because like I think it's too basic to just choose that.
All right.
Now this sucks.
Pink.
Barcode dog versus
Ice cream
dog.
All right, clearly we're not choosing barcode. Like I would not go outside if we had that one.
What's wrong about barcode dog? What's the downside?
A lot. There's a lot of downside.
You can flex how good the skin on your head is. Okay, we're going with ice cream.
D-Dragon, Doug Mino.
Doug Mino.
No, D-Dragon, obviously. That's the YG senpai. Dude, don't you want to be a fashion leader? Okay, don't get me wrong. Song Mino dresses very well, but D-Dragon, he collabs with Nike straight up. You know?
I always say like I want to dye my hair. You think I can actually pull off blonde hair though?
All right, real talk. You could
with the right tone.
Yeah, I think you could. You do have the skin tone for it. Like when I had like very like blonde hair, I started recognizing that my skin is a little dark to kind of pull that off really well. I think you could.
Here's the
thing. That's not a bad thing. I have other.
If we're gonna choose Doug Mino, like on the pod officially, I'll feel somewhat like forced to do it at a certain point, like dye my hair as color.
No, don't feel forced, Doug.
You know what I'm saying? Like if we choose D-Dragon and it wins, I'm like not gonna do that. You know?
What?
You know what I'm saying though? Like real talk.
I mean,
I'm actually considering the one on the right, like to actually do it.
Do you actually like how it looks?
I don't like the tone particularly, but the hair shape.
Yeah,
is
I don't
fine.
like the tone.
I would go like even lighter than that.
Man, I expected you to dislike all the options, but I'm glad you actually.
If you do that, I do need to bleach my eyebrows a little, right? Because if it's going from that blonde to black eyebrows, looks kind of funky, doesn't it? I don't know how that works. I really don't know.
You should talk. You should talk to your hair person before you.
You know what? I'm actually considering this one, to be honest.
Man, can Doug Mino win? Okay.
Hey, the battle of the blondes: Super Saiyan Doug or Saber Doug, Waifu Doug.
I feel like if you're Super Saiyan Doug, nobody's ever gonna, they're never gonna look down on you.
Here's the thing. That hair color of Waifu Dog is the hair color we should do the Song Mino in.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Right? Platinum blonde.
Nah, I much prefer just straight yellow.
Like mustard yellow.
Highlighter.
Yeah, look at that, They say vivid colors. Straight yellow is one of the trend colors of 2021.
Bro, I'm just like,
yellow and gray.
Dude, the photoshopping is really on point this week. That's what I'm looking at right now.
I'm glad you like them.
I like Saber's haircut though.
Saber Doug.
You could go with that, yeah.
Here's the thing. If I do grow my hair longer, number one, I was kind of talking to my mom, like, I don't feel like I'm gonna cut my hair for a while. Just because, like, who am I seeing, really, for the next 6 months, right?
people viewing the podcast?
Well, they know what I look like, so it's fine. Right? It's whatever. I don't like bangs all that much.
Really? Okay.
Like if I was I was debating growing my hair and doing a man bun at a certain point or a ponytail,
Right. Yeah,
just to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
I kind of like the color of waifu though, the hair,
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be honest. This looks very. This was one of the photos where like the bangs are very tight. You would need a lot of hair to kind of look like that.
Hey, we picking waifu dog. Let's just go with that.
All right.
Here's the
E-tone
thing.
class dog versus BY.
Do I want this cool hair tone, or do I want to look like a thumb?
I like the coloring for Ito and Class Dog. The hair color.
What I think is the highlight of the hairstyle on the left is the sporadic bangs.
Big bangs. That's true. It's true.
You just said you don't like bangs. This
I
is
like
the
the
best
hair
of
tone.
both worlds.
I like the hair,
Hair
tone.
tone.
Though.
Yeah.
Hair tone's nice.
Very trendy.
Here's the thing with the DY. It's too I know it's an interesting take on a short hairstyle, but like I've done short hair before. Let's spice it up a little.
You know what? Yeah. It's better for your hair health.
Oh, we're in the semifinals already.
Oh.
Finals already. All right.
So quick.
Jennie dog versus Mino dog.
All right, realistically, left side just ain't gonna happen. Like,
Why not?
even if we get rid of the long crap, right? So we're just looking at it a short end, right? Like, imagine that the stuff coming from my shoulders doesn't exist, right?
Right.
Yes.
If let's imagine the Doug Mino hairstyle is with this pink thing. That looks
good.
That looks ridiculous.
Well,
looks
really?
No.
Wait, really? You guys like that?
I
Yeah.
like the pink.
Of course. Why wouldn't you want to look like a walking cotton candy?
Well, you're actually making me think about this. Goddamn.
No.
Like, I'm not talking the hairstyle. I'm talking about the color. Like, I'm getting
Color.
convinced
Yeah.
For context, I believe this was actually a wig that Jennie wore for the
Ah.
teaser photo.
Oh, boo.
That's why I think it's better,
I have a plan here. Go along with me. Okay. Let me choose Doug Mino right here. Right.
Okay.
Let me choose Saber real quick here.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
And now we're in the finals.
I'm going to use my second choice to not choose here and combine these two.
So
Oh.
aspects of both.
okay.
Honestly, I can see myself doing a combination of the right one in terms of style and the left one in terms of color.
Okay. So you're pulling the color of Saber
Saber.
dog, waifu dog, and
Waifu
then
dog.
the hairstyle of Sungmino.
I honestly feel like that could actually happen.
Okay. Some things you should think about since we're being realistic all of a sudden. I really didn't expect this to happen. I expected you to hate all of it.
Oh, I like this. This was fun.
The Saber hair color, the platinum blonde.
Yeah.
Your hair will become a actual broom, much like the hairstyle on the right. It'll be very difficult to maintain. It will look good for about 3 weeks at max, a week if
okay.
you're not lucky.
We'll do it for the memes. real quick.
However, in the beginning, what did he mention?
What did we mention?
We're doing new things here. Taking on.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna do Saber's hairstyle, dude.
Okay, fine. You know, I'm being realistic though. You a while back when I was like dyeing my hair actively, you were like, yeah, I'm gonna dye my hair next year into platinum gray, which is just a bit off of the hair color on the left.
True. Yeah.
Never happened. You were. I didn't even ask, and you were telling me, and I was like, oh boy, he really gonna do it, and he didn't. So salt.
Do you want to hold me to dyeing my hair at some point in the next
I
year
don't
or
want
so?
to force you into anything, Doug.
You
Don't-
I want to
should.
force you into everything, dog.
You kind of should.
Warren.
No, I'm not the type that's gonna commit unless I'm forced. You know that though, right?
But if you
Like-
don't want to, don't do it.
Hey, you know what?
No, I feel like I should though. We've been talking about like I'm turning 30 in about 10 months. Right? Maybe we'll do some YOLO things in my 30s.
I'm not gonna. Okay, obviously, I'm not gonna force you to do anything. I'm not gonna force you to make decisions. However, let me share a bit of my personal experience. I had about a 2.5 year adventure with dyeing my hair various colors. It was mostly various shades of brown, sometimes ashy brown, sometimes a little blonde. At some point it was purple. You guys didn't see that because it was over the summer. And
Your hair was purple?
Yeah, it was like lavender for about 3 days. 3 days. That's how short it was. The thing was, it was very interesting to see, because obviously your face looks the same, but you look very different. And I thought it was kind of fun.
All right, let's do this. For now, I will commit to dyeing my hair some color.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
I'll commit to that. I will also commit that I'm going to grow the hair out a bit so we can do more things than what I normally do. I'll commit to that. Right?
Okay. Because you mentioned that you have cowlicks and it's very difficult to do your hair. Maybe would you get a perm? Maybe.
I won't get a perm, but I will also commit to going to a professional and getting a haircut and not cutting it myself.
Yay!
Okay, that's a lot in itself, right?
Yes, I think that's a lot.
So in terms of most likely, I will definitely go to someone and get my hair professionally cut. That I'll make sure that happens.
Wow.
In growing it out, I'll also make sure that happens. The dyeing, that's the 50%. I will try my best. You could harp on me if I don't do it for a while. Additionally, in the comment section, if you have any hairstyles that you want me to do, like actual no cap, real hairstyles, let us know.
Some of the hairstyles that didn't make that was left on the editing floor couldn't make it. Yu-Gi-Oh hair. It was very sad.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I know the spiky red, blue. And
it's always
yellow.
time to duel, fam.
I know. What else is in the mix? Oh, I had a version of it completely bald. But it
One
didn't.
Punch Man style.
Yeah. Just clean bald. But no, I wasn't big on it. So.
All right. In terms of the final thing, the songs being released this next week, Very Very tomorrow on Tuesday. Also that Yukika pre-release we talked about. Wednesday, Icon, big release.
Wow.
Rain featuring Chungha. That could be something.
Yes.
And then Thursday, there's a group called Checkmate. And then on Monday, there's Boys de Capo. Probably gonna do Very Very Icon, Rain featuring Chungha. And it seems like you guys like that. You guys like Yukika, so
So
we'll see what happens with that one though. Overall, this has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me this week. It's been fun. Next week, though, I'm really excited for that Rain Chungha song, but we'll see you guys then. Bye, everyone. I need to go be a sad boy and watch more Violet Evergarden. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons: Based Mina, Jennie, Goku Mama, Jacob, Luke Daniels, Malfiar, NJ Parks, OP, Chris, Tier. Thank you for joining SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erday, Koala, Malfiar, Max, No Bias Nuna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.